my story growing up with divorced parents at a very young age, it took a toll on me. So with me specifically, my parents were separated when I was 10 years old. And the house that you see behind me right here, this used to be my grandmother's house. And me and my dad, we moved in here when I was just 10 years old. And it's been since 2010, so about 12 to 13 years now we've been chilling here. Unfortunately, my grandma did pass away, so now the house is in my dad's name, and there's a lot of shit that has happened over the years. Obviously a lot of changes ever since then, but growing up, like, not having that, mother figure, like, I still see my mom, but just not on a regular basis. It does take effect on me, and especially when you're growing up, to go through these things. Like, if you're somebody who is going through this currently or has had divorced parents, I know you relate on this sort of level where it's just, you feel that abandonment, you just feel alone, you just feel like, why was it me? Was it on me, like, that they split? All these things. And not everybody's situation is going to be just like mine, but for me personally, I'm blessed enough to actually still be in contact with my parents, and I actually have a really loving and beautiful relationship with both of my parents. So I'm truly blessed for that, but for some of you, you may not be able to have that. But I do get it to the point of where it's so tough to manage. And honestly, I remember when it was happening, I used to think once again, like, oh, it's on me. They're doing this because I said something or I did something. Nah, like, fuck that. So as I got older, I realized it really wasn't me. It was just, I had to come to the realization, I need to just focus on me. Like, I need to focus on what I can control. A situation like that, I can't control. And I realized that this shit fucking happens. This is how it is, and it just doesn't work out. And it's actually a good experience, to be honest. This is just how I see everything as a win, is that this could happen or it could not happen when I start being with a woman, like having that one woman in my life, and it comes down to, we go through all this shit and it doesn't wind up working out, or it does. I don't know what the future holds, but honestly, it's just preparing me for life of what could or could not come. But always being ready, always having that mindset, though, of just keeping it positive, because I would think all these nasty things and, weird relationships going on, me just being around certain people just to be around people, me just having a friend group just to have a friend group, just to not feel so isolated and alone. And what I found is, over the years, I never really had a solid group of people. I always kind of just bopped around. And a part of that was because of the divorce of my parents. And to be honest, it's on their terms, like the way it just happened. It wasn't anything too crazy. Like, it was just, they just parted ways because they just couldn't take it anymore. And I mean, it's a common problem. So it's probably one of the most common things in this world, to be honest. So it's not that big of a deal. I always had that thought in the back of my head, even as I was little, though. It's like, this sounds like not that big of a deal. It's just so common. So I had that level of awareness, but always that logic always kicked in. And the truth is that you can't let the logic overflow those thoughts of, oh, this is not really a big deal. You have to listen to that voice. That's your conscience telling you, like, hey, it's not a big deal. You're going to be fine. Because that's what it was telling me. It was like, yo, you're going to be fine. Even though I was like 10 years old, and I remember doing homework in the back of a fucking Subaru, like, hatchback, and I hear my dad, like, talking to my mom, like, oh, it's ending, and then I move out here because I used to live all the way out in Queens. That's where we were all together, and we had a, like, small apartment, and they would, like, argue every single night, and I would just be in the living room, they would be in the bedroom, and you just hear, yeah, like, just going at it every night. And I would just be watching my show. I would watch Everybody Hates Chris like every single night, and then my dad would come out, we would watch it, but he would always be like pissed off and all these things. And then over time, just seeing that over and over again, that made my fucking mindset just feel like shit. Again, it just made me, at a very young age especially, because the brain is so pure at that age, it's just picking up all these negative thoughts, all these negative emotions, all these things. So it's programming at the end of the day. But you have to think that, no, this is not on you. This is not your, battle. Like, it is your battle to get over the thoughts, but meaning it's not on you. They're not doing this, on purpose to make you, feel like it's your fault. It's not your fault. You just have to keep it moving. You have to realize that not everything's about you too. Don't be so selfish. Just figure it out, because it's going to be taken care of, and you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested to the point of, you need a change. You need to make that change of that mindset. That mindset when you're in those moments of thinking like that this ain't it. This ain't what, the story's still being written. That's what you have to think. You can't think that, oh, my parents are like this is happening, oh, I'm gonna end up just like them. But all these fucking crazy ass thoughts. You control your outcome. You control your destiny. So based off what is going on with your parents and all this shit, you have to choose that new you. That's what the champions go off of. They don't go off of sad boy mentality and sad boy mindset and go into depression and all these fucking things. That's what a bitch does. Oh, you got some divorced parents? So what? Literally, that's how you have to look at this situation. Growing up, it wasn't just a steady, upstream, because I didn't have the right mindset. I didn't have the right mentors. I didn't have the right guidance. So this video specifically is for that younger Nick, specifically. Yo, bro, you need to realize that you are in control of your destiny. It is based off the choices and the mindset that you dictate for yourself through the perspective and the lens that you see it as. And then just shut off all the distractions. Don't care of what's going on. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna figure it out. It's not on you. It's not because of XYZ or all these fucking things. Just focus on you. Focus on what you can control, and just keep it fucking moving. Find your purpose as quick as possible. Find something that you enjoy and you love, and then go full at it. That's it. And then keep that distance with everybody, just at a minimum. Love your family. Love the people around you. Keep them in your corner. But at the end of the day, if you have to really cut them off, you got to cut them off. That's what it comes down to. If it's a very toxic parent that's going through the divorce and you can't handle it, then cut them off. If you really want to grow, if you really want to get better, that's the best investment is going to be you. The best investment is hitting that fucking floor, getting that mind right, going from within. That's what you need to focus on. It's not focusing on them. Stop focusing on them. Stop focusing on all these things that you're trying to maneuver and try to control it all. It's not your job to do that. It's not anybody's job to fucking do that. It's all about just you having that focus, that purpose, with that vision, and then finding what you truly love. And especially the younger you are, the better, because the younger you have, the more time that you have, and the more skills you're able to obtain over a period of time. So start off with that physique. That's what I started to do. I started off with basketball when I was here, at a very young age. Before that, I wasn't really doing anything when my parents were together. And then I came out here, and then I started to pursue basketball. And then that kept my mind off of everything that it was going through when it came to the divorce. And then I remember all these court dates, all these fucking things, and I'm like, what the fuck is all this shit? And it used to make me so scared. But fuck that shit. Fuck all that. Just, you have to find something and distract yourself from it. So, hit that subscribe button. Watch this shit over and over again if you have to. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.